Let's go. Right off rip. What up, motherfuckers? Another week. I don't want to hear none of y'all motherfuckers talking about they sound mad nasally. I'm sick, bitch. Not feeling too good.
Yeah, I'm sick too.
Shut up, Justin. Shut the fuck up.
I really am.
No,
hey,
you're
you
not.
know what? So we were scheduled.
You cried for 30 minutes when you stubbed your toe on attack.
No, I stepped on attack, and this wasn't just attack. This was attack on steroids.
You still cried like a bitch.
No, I didn't cry. You weren't here.
Yeah, you told me you cried like a bitch.
That's such a lie.
But yo, what's going on, everybody? We got another week of sports going on. A lot of shit happened in literally a matter of a week. Since
It was upset city this week. In the NFL.
Yeah, big upsets.
I'm really glad we did not make predictions last week because we would not
have
have started
real
off
stupid.
We would have not gone off on the right foot. I'm glad
the
we didn't
right
pick
foot.
any lock.
You want to talk about right foots? You gotta watch your right foot.
Yeah,
people
right?
with the dead leg, you know, you gotta put your foot on the brake every once in a while. Henry Ruggs, is that the guy?
Yeah, Henry Ruggs.
What the fuck is he doing?
Yeah.
157 miles an hour? What the fuck? No, I thought I was a dumbass, right? I've gone fast in the car. I'm not going to disclose the speed because I'm not an idiot, but I've gone fast.
The guy's fast.
Yeah,
He always has been
fast
fast.
track to jail? Like, are you serious?
He always has been fast.
I don't understand, right? In the whole
Fast coming out of college, you know.
Fast coming out of the Department of Corrections.
Fast coming right at you. Like, this guy's just fast.
Like,
It's his middle name.
I don't get, like, and he, all right, so what they say, that he was coming from a golf place, and he was heavily intoxicated.
Heavily intoxicated. It was twice over the legal amount in Arizona. I believe that's where they were.
Fucking Arizona. Right, so, man was with his girlfriend, too, right? So not only are you putting your life, her life, and other people's lives at risk, but you don't give a fuck either. And this is what I want to know, right? You got all the money in the world, and you can't afford an Uber? You got all this fucking money, and your drunk ass can't get a lift?
But there's one problem with that. Ubers aren't super expensive.
You can get an Uber yourself, bitch. Stop playing with me. Like, nigga, it's not that hard. If I want to stun on somebody, right, I'll go buy a fake Rolex because none of the people I hang out with can tell the difference, okay? But another thing, right, if you're an NFL...
No NFL player wants to be seen Ubering in a Honda Civic.
Bro, we all know who you are. And half the motherfuckers rent their bitches anyway, so who am I? What the fuck are they talking about? All right, Henry Ruggs finally bought a nice car. I get it. You want to show off, you want to do your own thing.
Like everyone else.
That's what Instagram's for, motherfucker.
Right.
If you want to show off and be a douchebag and be like, I bought it, because I mean, at the end of the day, right? If I had Henry Ruggs money, I'd buy a $70,000 car too. You know, because he had that new Corvette, that new bitch.
I didn't even know what car it was. It was a Corvette?
It was a Corvette.
Corvette. Yeah.
Talk about Juju and Corvette, man. See if Juju got some fucking Corvette insurance.
But yeah, no, this guy was going 125 miles per hour when the airbags deployed. So, I mean...
Jesus fucking Christ!
So, you know, at least this guy... At least tap the brakes. Just to go from 150 to 125. Yeah, you know, wow, good reaction time, right?
You know, but you know what? I want to know, and who was he with?
I don't know the entire story. I didn't know he was with anybody.
Well, he was with this in the car. He was with this girlfriend. I mean, Corvette only sits two people. You dumb motherfucker.
Well, yeah, I know that. I figured he was alone though, but he did strike another young woman and her dog, I believe. That's what I heard.
Yeah, both of them died. I heard that they could not get the young lady out of the car and she burned alive. Piece of shit, Henry Ruggs. I mean, yeah. Piece of shit, that guy.
That's what happened?
Yeah, well, that's what I've heard through...
I thought she died on impact, but regardless...
No, I heard the car was completely engulfed in flames, and I've heard from other people that... Well, not from, but like fucking media sources and shit, you know? I don't got Shefty connections like you guy, but, you know, like, I just heard from other people that the car was completely engulfed in flames, and you know, she had to burn alive. I'm not a loss for words. And
all we can really say is our thoughts go out to her family.
Yeah.
And like,
this is a touchy subject for me because my sister died with the drunk driver accident. So like,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
This is like, this is one of those things that's like you got to be careful to talk about, but like
you got to call the shit where you see it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like the way I look at it is everybody. I mean, he's 22 years old. So he's only 1 year older than us. And imagine if you had that motherfucker's type of money. Like, I think you kind of start to regress in some sort of way in maturity level because you're not, like, life is relatively easy at that point. I'm not saying his life before getting into the NFL was super easy, but once you have that type of security in the NFL, I mean, who's to say I can't do fuck you stuff?
Well, anyone that signs a rookie contract, they look at themselves and think, okay, I'm 22, I have all the money, I can do whatever I want.
Exactly.
That's exactly what happened.
I mean, for the most part, you can, if it's in the eyes of the law.
And
but
look, it just shows that one stupid mistake at 3 a.m. changed his life forever.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
And the life of the woman's family and everything else.
I think Henry Ruggs he's got to cough up some bills.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to cough up some bills, bro.
Yeah, there was an Instagram post Henry Ruggs posted last week. It was him holding up a peace sign. And he was just like,
peace out to the fucking Raiders.
Yeah, right, that too. He was like, I'll see y'all next week.
Nigga, you ain't seeing shit next week besides the orange jumpsuit. You ain't seeing shit next week besides some gray-ass bars. The only shit you see next week is another man take a shit 5 feet away from you. That's the only shit you're gonna see next week. The only shit that nigga gonna see next week is stale-ass bread on a gray-ass fucking lunch tray. Fuck that. He ain't seeing shit. Oh my.
And he deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, he makes mistakes, but I think he's got to pay a hefty price. I mean, a life was lost. I mean, I don't want to sound like insensitive or anything, but maybe if she was still alive, I could get some. I wouldn't be mad if there was some type of redemption story.
No.
But the lady died because you're ignorant, and at the end of the day, right? I don't want to sit here and stand on some high horse because he's only 1 year older than me, right? And I know everybody our age makes stupid ass mistakes. But at the same time, you should have a group of people around you, especially if you're in the NFL, to have your best interests at heart. Now, this is where I want to talk to you about the Raiders, though. Now, everybody wants to talk about, you could call a ride service, this is not Uber and Lyft and shit, right? But I'm pretty sure that most NFL teams have ride services for their players like that. So, where were they? Did he even call? Did he even contact? But that's mostly it. No matter, even when I try to see if I could blame somebody else, it all comes back to Henry Ruggs and his inability to think.
Even if she didn't die, he would have deserved to gotten released and pay hefty fines and everything else. Like, you have to pay for your actions.
But I mean, at that time, I consider jail time, but I mean, with most NFL players who get DUIs and car accidents, they have to pay fatty fines, maybe stay in jail for a little bit.
And this happens every day.
Oh, all the time with these motherfuckers.
It's just when it's somebody like an athlete or somebody that's important by the media, looked at by the media. It's when people start to care. But every day people.
I think a big thing. I think they're gonna throw the book at this guy though. They gotta. They're gonna send a message to the NFL and all these players like, hey, you can't be doing this shit anymore. Find a way. Call a ride service. Nigga, you got mad money. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have fuck you type of money, why? Why do something that's stupid?
Right. And especially if he has someone with him.
Yeah. So not.
I doubt they were both at the same level of intoxication.
So what's all right? So that's worse for the girlfriend then. Why the fuck you over here sober as a bitch? You ain't gonna say shit. Now your man's over here looking like a fucking sardine in a neck brace. Being honest, dude. You were better off telling me this bitch was blacked out, drunk in the side passenger seat. Because at least she's not conscious to think like a proper person. But no, this bitch is just she gotta get it too.
Have you ever realized that the drunk driver is never the one to die?
Bro, this nigga did not know how fast he was going. Of course, he was lucid as a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And they got good weed out in fucking Las Vegas. He was probably puffing on a little bit of something.
Probably all night.
Yeah,
in the morning. He was doing it for probably the entire day. At least 12 hours.
Hey, you gotta get relaxed somehow.
Right.
You gotta blow yourself off somehow.
It's a stressful life.
Oh yeah, so stressful. Oh my God, I gotta catch a pass from Derek Carr. John Gruden said I had big lips.
John Gruden made me change in the other locker room. What about Damon Arnett? I'm sorry if I butchered his name. Just came out today. He was arrested.
This is real life. The this is a real gun, and I will really shoot you, you crazy
This guy waved a gun, was like, look at me, I'm loaded, threatened to kill somebody.
Who shot themselves in the... Was that Khalid Talib, right? He shot himself in a nightclub.
Khalid Talib.
Stupid motherfucker.
What's going on with the Raiders?
You got all this money as NFL player, but you can't take a class on how to handle a gun.
What's going on with all these Raiders?
This is the Raiders. This is what the Raiders always been, though. They've always had mostly terrible people on their team. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, they're the type of team who wants to bring that aura of we're bad boys and.
I think John Gruden's just like over here secretly creating his own league,
Ah!
and he's like, "All right, one by one,
I'm gonna take the team and make.
I'm gonna take the Raiders, and then we're gonna go join the CFL. That's what we're gonna do.
Be the most entertaining to come to the CFL ever.
That would be the most the Raiders ever win. However long of a span.
Well, there was some other crazy shit that went on today. Fucking Von Miller on the move.
Yeah, you know what? So...
And I don't even see why anybody should give a fuck.
I don't. I was just going to say that. Like 5
That's
years...
like J.J. Watt going to the Cardinals. Who cares? He might play a couple games. Then.
5 years ago, I would have cared. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
But, like, the Super Bowl MVP, Von Miller.
Yeah, okay.
But now it's like, he was washed up on the Broncos. I haven't heard his name called once all year. Granted, I haven't watched full Broncos games.
Yeah, but he's not even like top 10 pass rushers anymore. Top 5 pass rushers anymore.
No.
Even
he's
like,
just, it's his name, it's his presence.
Even the guy they drafted to go alongside him, he hasn't been.
Bradley Chubb.
Yeah, he hasn't been panning out either. He's been.
I haven't heard his name either.
I think I say he's a bust.
But like Von Miller, and you give up a second and a third round pick.
All right, you have to see. LA is in a win now mode.
They better win this year because they gave up everything. They don't have a first round pick until 2024.
But I think they have a team to compete for the next 2 to 3 years.
They do. I agree with that. But all of a sudden now, what if Matt Stafford goes down or decides to retire suddenly? And now...
No, I think Matt Stafford's just as much of a whore for a fucking Super Bowl than anybody else.
Well, I mean,
he would his asshole for a Super Bowl.
He would. But like
right on the block of LA.
Next season, say you're without Stafford and you go 2-15 and no first round pick for the next 3 years.
But that's it. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I mean, it's just, fuck it. That's the NFL. What if Tom Brady gets hit by a car?
So not Henry Ruggs.
I didn't even mean to do that one, but Jesus. But like what if something happens? I mean, like that's the risk you take.
I know it's risky business. I get that, and they're in a win now situation, like you.
Even if you try to build a team the proper way through the draft, I mean, you never know what's gonna happen with your young star players.
No, and don't get me wrong. I mean, they're looking like they're gonna make a strong push for that Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, I think
strong push.
I think a lot of teams are gearing up just to beat the Bucs because I think the Saints are completely out of it.
Yeah, they're not the same team.
Yeah, the Saints, even with Jameis Winston, they're not the same team.
Especially with Trevor Siemian, like they're done.
Trevor Siemian.
Yeah, I was gonna call him that, but I figured would you even get it? But
shut the fuck up.
But I mean, you got the Cardinals who just beat the 49ers without Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins.
I told you they're legit.
They are apparently they're legit. I mean, I remember Colt McCoy doing some certain not bad things on the football team of the Redskins at the time. Like,
yeah.
He could get the job done. Yeah. He won't win you games, but he won't lose you games. That's the thing. And
he looked way better than that guy down in Dallas. Paid him, what, $70,000 to look like hot garbage on a Sunday?
I forget his name.
Who that guy? No, fucking Dak. All right, so Dak Prescott, they played the Broncos this week. And I was like, that was one of the games I actually sat down and watched full thing. And I was like, they are not about to do this. The Broncos are really they're putting the works on the Dallas Cowboys. Without Von Miller.
Yep.
And they lost one of their star corners in the first half. All right. They lost. They were down a couple of key guys on their defense. And they still wind up putting the works on them. Zeke Elliott is a joke. I don't know why he's lucky Jerry Jones is a dumbass when it comes to spending money, because clearly Zeke is not the Zeke of Ohio State, and he wants him to be that so bad. I think Tony Pollard could be a 3-down back. I mean, he's the only little bit of life that they ever got that whole game. Tony Pollard hit a nice little run that gave him a little bit of life, but still, Dak Prescott just looked god fucking awful. Completely off the mark. He had a couple of open missed passes to CeeDee Lamb, and anything that's on his stat board is all garbage calories. It's all in garbage time. I don't know what the fuck this is. Why does it seem? It seems to be that every fucking year the Dallas Cowboys want to open their fucking mouth, right? It's over some bullshit ass inflated teams. They don't beat nobody worth fucking beating, yo.
The Broncos aren't even a contender.
Exactly, they putting the work on you. Look what Melvin Gordon. I haven't heard that man's name in forever, and that man's putting work in. I have Teddy Bridge over troubled water. I swear to God, he's the best backup you can get. I don't think he's.
I didn't even know he was back until I watched the highlights.
Drew Lock fucking blows. He's like a low budget guy from the guy from the Jets. Zach Wilson. He's a low budget Zach Wilson. Fuck out of here. Just as much as. What the Baker Mayfield's a high budget Johnny Manziel.
Yeah,
it all works together. But I just think their defense is so bad. The Cowboys defense is so bad. I can never see how any way they could ever beat a team with any balls. You know, they don't beat any. They just beat on little kids, right? They're just like that big ass kid who just beats on the second graders. That's all you do. And any single time another third grader walks up to you, yo, big ass fourth grade looking ass, they beat the shit out of you, right? Because I wouldn't call the Broncos top tier. They're maybe like low mid of the pack. And they walked in the fucking Jerry world and put the work on you.
They did. I was shocked. Who would have guessed that? Who would have thought that the Broncos beat the Cowboys?
This was the first time ever I have ever thought that maybe the Cowboys could do something. You know, like maybe win a playoff game. You know what I'm saying? But when you go out there and you lay shit like that on national television, you think anybody takes you seriously? I don't give a fuck what, bro, when you broke Dak Prescott. You're looking like hot garbage. This is why I could never own an NFL team. I bring Dak in my office, right? I'm going to be like, bro, this game check, ripping it up right in your face. I am not paying you for the shit you just did. And if you got a problem with that, go pull a Deshaun Watson. Sit your ugly ass on the fucking sideline and go wait for some motherfucker to pay you, because they ain't going to pay you. If they ain't going to pay Deshaun Watson, they definitely going to pay your low budget ass.
Well, no, Dak and Zeke had Jerry Jones by the balls ever since they got drafted.
Wait, no, first of all, they must be sucking that man off, because in what way did it ever make sense to give Zeke the money? Because they could have way more money to fuck around with if they just let Zeke go like 2 years ago.
Oh, his $90 million deal made 0 sense.
It didn't make no fucking sense. Oh my God.
And now Tony Pollard's outshining him.
Exactly. It makes no sense. The man's fat and out of shape, and what the fuck? He looks like one of those big ass, you know those little fucking pens you got in school, right? With the little puffy fucking hair. Look at this shit. That's what he look like, one of those.
You look like that big fat, permanent marker.
Yes, exactly. I have no idea, right, how Jerry Jones looks at all the money he spent and says, I'm trying to win a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? How do you do that, guy?
And they actually have young stars worth keeping that they're not going to be able to afford.
They'll never keep them. They'll never keep. They will always take somebody else's trash and treat it like their treasure. That's what they'll do. They don't care. I feel like when it comes to actually getting getting their young players signed, they don't. It's not a big, it's not a big thing to Jerry, right? But if you have somebody like somebody who's already, established himself, he'll suck them off and be like, come over here, come play with me.
And the Cowboys have always had somewhat of a talented offensive roster, but the strategy, and we talked about this
they've always had a good offensive line.
The strategy of our offense can bail us out, it doesn't work. Clearly it didn't work the other day. We talked about that with the Falcons last week. You can give him all the weapons in the world, Matt Ryan, maybe he still has something left in the tank, but if your defense can't stop anything, then you're going to lose football games.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
You have to have a well-rounded team to make a playoff push.
It is Teddy Bridge over trouble.
Now, the Cowboys are going to run off with the NFC least anyways. But
okay, that's like winning the Special Olympics. No one cares.
So they're gonna make the playoffs, but like I don't think they're gonna do anything.
Yeah, they're one and done. Arizona done. Arizona, LA done. Right? The Bucks don't even get on the fucking plane. Right there. Don't even get on the fucking plane. Just concede. You don't. No.
Maybe in the AFC the Cowboys would make it to the divisional round, but in the NFC they have no business playing.
Their plane will explode before they go to anything.
But speaking of those NFC playoffs, I am so excited to watch those matchups.
Oh yeah,
in January. Like that is going to be a blast.
Oh yeah. So what else we got on the docket today, my boy?
Well, let's talk about those Chiefs real quick. I think they're lucky Aaron Rodgers didn't play. just think they won by 6 points against Jordan Love.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people.
Something's going on with these Chiefs.
Well, yeah, I think their defense is super suspect. All right, first of all, right, the only time Jalen Love scored was on who? Mr. White McKnight, Daniel Swanson. So I don't know how this man has a job. I don't know how you're gonna go.
I hear his name called every week, but not in a good way.
Exactly. How are you against the sideline? You're all right. So think about it. You're running this guy towards the sideline. Okay. So all you gotta do is fucking push him. You push him out of bounds, you dumb fuck. Wait, what do they teach you at BYU? Did they just teach you to love Jesus and not play football? Because I don't get it, bro. Zach Wilson don't know how to play.
It's in Jesus' hands. Jesus will take care. Jesus will make the tackle.
Jesus will take care of me. Jesus will make the tackle.
Jesus will push him out of bounds.
Jesus, where were you?
The good Lord tripped me up behind the line of scrimmage.
Please bless mommy, daddy, and I can make a tackle on the 5-yard line. Amen.
Well, he did the first two things, but didn't allow that third one to happen.
So I don't think Jalen Love is ready to play in the NFL. Once again,
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love. They both fucking suck. Jalen, Jordan, but Jordan has a little more leeway. Right.
I thought he was better than what he showed. I'm not saying he was.
But he hasn't really. He doesn't have a rhythm.
I mean, you were sitting behind Aaron Rodgers for the last 2 years, year and a half. I thought you would have learned something.
I feel like they're gonna have that same relationship that he has with Brett Favre, because exactly what happened with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers happened to Jalen Love and Aaron Rodgers, which I think. I think the Packers completely fucked that up, because I think the Packers have been the only team, right, that's been in a win-now mode for the past, 10 years? That's the last time they won a Super Bowl. And I think they've been in this win-now mode is completely left. I think they have these random spurts where, their defense is just lights out, or their offense is just lights out, and it kind of all falls apart. And then if you go to the last year, right, where Aaron Rodgers had everything lined up for him, and this was going to be his time.
It's his time every year. See, this year, I don't even love the Packers. I know their record is, 7-1?
Yeah.
Or 7-2 now. But,
7-2.
But, here's the thing with the Packers. Each season, they'll have one player on each side of the ball that breaks out. And they just become so overrated.
Their linebackers are playing really good, though.
I'm talking about what's his face, the defensive back.
What on the Packers?
Yeah,
Savage.
No, the other one.
I don't fucking know.
The corner, the one that was looked at as a top 3 corner last year.
Savage.
No.
Nigga, look it up.
But I'm talking about the Packers.
Yeah, they
get players that have good games, but then their game plans for the rest of the season revolve around that one guy, and maybe he's not the guy, and they don't know that yet, and it costs them games rather than relying on an entire team win.
But I feel like they kind of shot themselves in the foot with the whole Jalen Love situation. They completely did. I think you wasted a pick to say, well, at least we have a successor, when you really don't know if you have a proven successor.
Right. And I mean I understand what they're trying to do with the Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers situation.
Yeah.
But Jordan Love is not Aaron Rodgers.
Well, how do you know? You didn't know Aaron Rodgers was Aaron Rodgers at Cal.
Well, that's true. I think they picked him in what? He sat on the bench for a while.
Oh yeah, he sat on draft night for a mean minute.
So that they did take a gamble with that.
Yeah, you could. So exactly,
but
you look at the same situation. They're trying to make it happen again.
But obviously, we just saw a sneak peek of Love last night, and like, can he be better? Yes. Is that his ceiling? Absolutely not.
I mean, at least he wasn't trying to twist people's ankles like that fat bitch in New England.
He thought he had the ball. All right,
pussy ass bitch.
Patriots, 3 in a row. 3 in a row. We are.
Shut the fuck up.
They are coming.
You
for
beat the Panthers.
The AFC.
Nigga. You beat the Panthers, nigga. Shut the fuck up. You beat a nigga who sees ghosts.
We are coming.
You beat a blind woman.
Well, that was a given.
Shut the fuck up.
The Panthers was a given. But the Chargers, we're coming for the Browns.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yo, the Browns. You're coming from Nick Chubb. That's it. You take Nick. You stop their run game. The Browns fall apart. They don't know what to do. It's like a Chinese fire drill. It is. They don't know what to do. Think about it. And all right, this is gonna bring it into it since we want to talk about the Browns now. But we're going back to the Patriots and that bitch ass motherfucker. I'm saying this. People are trying to blame. Right. So Odell's gone. Yes. He got released. Right.
His dad was like, Baker doesn't pass him the ball.
The nigga don't though. And any single time he's open, he sucked. He is a high budget Johnny Manziel.
Okay. As much as I don't like Baker, the Browns have always played better when Odell's not on the field. That has been a trend for the past
because he commands shit. I mean, he's Odell fucking Beckham Jr. You're gonna not pass him the ball?
I don't know. Like, to me, in my opinion, I don't think he's the same player he was a couple years ago. Not on the Giants, at least. I don't. Is he still a number one? Yes. I'm not saying that.
I think he's a number one. He commands shit.
But he's not.
He's not number one on the fucking Patriots.
He's not elite.
Who knows who?
I don't think he's elite anymore. Odell. I don't look at him the same way.
Elite, not elite in what way?
Not elite
in what way?
As in
what?
You have to double him every snap of every offensive drive.
How do you not have to do that? How do you not have to do that?
Because clearly he hasn't been drawing attention. With or without Odell in Cleveland.
Have you seen a lot of the times Baker's tried to pass him the ball? It's probably been maybe like 25% double coverage. Right? And any single other time, it's either, 30 yards into the fucking stands or, 5 feet into the dirt.
He's probably trying to get in there in some tight windows, too. Like, this is another...
Oh, God forbid! You gotta throw in a tight window, you big bitch! You're a quarterback. This is what you're supposed to do.
Well, I'm not just gonna...
You're a Heisman winner! You're on every fucking commercial! I can't watch TV without seeing your fat, pudgy face on my TV. I can't watch Hulu! I had to get Hulu with no ads! I was tired of seeing this shit! I was tired of his face!
Well, listen, if you can't just throw to Odell Beckham Jr. You gotta, it has to be...
Eli Manning did that shit, what the fuck? You telling me? Oh my...
But it's Eli Manning.
So you're telling me Baker Mayfield, so Eli Manning's better than Baker Mayfield?
I don't know about that.
You gotta answer the question. What do you mean? You just said it was Eli Manning. So you're saying he's better than Baker Mayfield?
Well, no, that's
an either or question.
That wasn't a compliment towards Eli. I'm saying Eli had a better version of Odell. This was Odell, taking the league by storm. This was Odell on the Madden cover. This is not the same Odell.
So you got Donovan Peoples-Jones, David Njoku, Jarvis Landry, and Odell Beckham Jr., and you're a run-heavy team?
That's what I'm saying. They didn't need him. They're better off without him. You can't blame Cleveland for that. I think that's just another business decision. Plus, look at what he was getting paid.
Why try to make it work for that long then?
I think they wanted it to work just as much as...
Yeah, because the nigga could not throw him the ball! If he could throw him the ball, do you think there would be a 5-minute montage of him missing him all the time? Do you think there would be a video on Twitter right now servicing all over? Do you?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking to you. You're acting like we wanted it to work. Yeah, the only reason it couldn't work is because you got a shitty ass fucking quarterback.
I'm not defending Baker either. I don't like him just as much as you. I don't think if I'm the Browns, I'm not paying him more than $10 million a year.
You get $3 and free hot dogs.
But that's the thing with Cleveland.
And move the fuck out of the stadium.
Compared to the rest of the quarterbacks they've had in the last their existence. Yeah. Baker Mayfield is gold. So are they gonna...
Wow, you put gold paint on a fat turd.
That's exactly it. Yes.
Congratulations, Cleveland.
Thank you for making my point.
A city riddled with heroin and gold-shitted quarterbacks. But let's go back to those Patriots.
Yeah.
Them weak-ass Patriots.
I think
them bitch-built Patriots.
So I'm just trying to get you ramped up before. All right.
Okay.
I think the Patriots, I'm not going to say they're going to make a strong playoff push. I think they can make playoffs if they continue to do what they've been doing.
What, twisting people's ankles? That fat bitch. Out of shape motherfucker.
They're scheduled I thought Henry Ruggs was outside. I just heard a car alarm. Anyways. Their schedule gets easier. The two hardest games, or I should say the three hardest games coming up, and I would say the three games they have a chance of losing the rest of the year. Cleveland, and they have to still play the Bills twice. So who knows what can happen with that.
The Bills got beat, though, this week.
They did, Trevor. Thank you, Trevor Lawrence. Actually, believe it or not, the Patriots are half a game behind the Bills now in the AFC East. So who knows what can happen now. Now things are starting to get a little interesting. I mean, the Jets and Dolphins, hey, the Dolphins beat the Texans. That has to count for something.
You might as well go beat Texas Tech. Get the fuck out of here. No one cares.
Looking ahead to next week, I have 5 predictions, all right? Some are bolder than others.
Yeah, keep pouring bleach in my ear, please.
The fifth one's you're not going to like. But anyway, so here's what I got. I got the Falcons and the Cowboys combined for the highest score this week in a total shootout. The Vikings finally get some luck with kickers as they kick a game-winning field goal against the Chargers in the final seconds. I think they pull an upset there. But speaking of the AFC West, the Raiders beat the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football and retake first place.
Okay, see that. Okay.
The Titans defense has a pick six for the second straight week as Tennessee rides the momentum and dominates the Saints.
Okay, yeah.
All right. And now here's the one you're not going to like. I just feel it. The Panthers go on the road and catch the Cardinals sleeping. They steal the win. In Arizona. I think that. I feel it.
What, you're feeling that? We probably don't feel your left side. What, are you having a stroke?
No, I feel it. It's going to happen. That's my upset of the week.
Do you obviously...
I can't pick every favorite to win. So I'm just going to go with that. Maybe I'll look stupid. Maybe the Cardinals will win 40.
I mean, yeah. Who doesn't look stupid licking a window? I'm with you. I'm with you with most of those, right? The display that the Panthers put on, and I don't know if Kyler Murray's going to come back, but I don't know. You're not going to catch them sleeping, right? No, that's just not going to happen, especially with the way they played last week without G-Hop and without Kyler Murray.
They played like the underdogs, as they should.
Exactly. And and I think the coach they have over there, young guy, really good. I don't think he's. I think he's got a really good control of that locker room to where he doesn't let him get too much. Because at the end of the day, the Cardinals haven't really been relevant in the past. They've been relevant in the past like 3 years, 4 years.
Right.
Real relevant and maybe playoff talk going deep.
They had that run in 2016 too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're just not really out there. So I think he's gonna tell them I think he's gonna bring them down to be like, hey guys, you haven't done this in a while, and all this shit can be ripped away in the matter of seconds. Mm-hmm. So let's keep our head down. It's like you're playing for an undefeated record, you know? I think at that point, it might get a little tougher when you're like, oh, we don't want to get beat late in the season, and then you could obviously go on, a losing streak. That's exactly what happened to the Steelers when they went 10-0 and just got fucking blitzkrieged the rest of the way. So, yeah, no, that's complete bullshit. Go fuck yourself. I don't understand where you came up with that, but you need to stop drinking Drano.
Now, I don't know who their backup is. I don't know if it's Derek Anderson or PJ Walker. But you have to start wondering, are they going to give him a start?
Nah.
Over Sam Darnold?
Nah. For me...
Now, again...
I'd let him play out the year and move him.
Because clearly he's not... draft pick, at least.
Yeah, exactly.
They do have tools... And I'm not saying they're a good team.
But I think...
Again, that was just my upset. That's not me saying, oh, yeah, they're the better team. That's not me saying that at all.
So this is the way I looked at Sam Darnold. Sniffles. I always thought that it was the Jets. It's all the Jets' fault. He's a really good quarterback, but he's on a really shitty team. I was like, all right, let me give him benefit of the doubt.
Right.
So finally, he goes to another team. He goes to the Panthers. I wasn't super in love with it, but hey, it's not the Jets.
And when they were 3-0, I didn't really buy it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody bought it. But you thought you saw what Sam Darnold could be.
Look at the division they're in.
Oh yeah, I mean they played a shitty ass division.
They weren't gonna make playoffs regardless. I mean, Jameis Winston got hurt, so like maybe they could have, if they had played lights out.
Yeah, but I think if it came down to it, I think the Saints defense will drag them along a little more than.
I mean, they're all fighting for second place, and I don't even think there's room. I mean, if anything, the NFC West will have 2 teams in the playoffs.
Also.
Yeah, they did. But I mean, they're gonna be far and away the best team in that division.
I think like I said this last week. I think the Bucs are the Chiefs. They got a suspect defense. What the fuck you want me to say?
They do, but they have a lot more talent. So like, what's going on with that?
Yeah, that talent didn't help them out last week.
I mean, they're all kind of.
Who they play last week?
The Buccaneers.
Yeah, the Bucs, because they took an L.
They played the Saints. Yeah, Trevor Siemian.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I'm fucking lost for days right now. I am lost for days. You got beat by Trevor Siemian.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
He has a knack for losing the backup quarterbacks, I guess.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I think Brady feels bad for him. He just wants to help a brother out. You remember he was a backup.
Right. He understands the struggle and to make it in the league.
I mean, you gotta take mad precautions when you cheat. What? You telling me the Patriots don't cheat?
Every team cheats. Can't tell
yeah, but you got caught, nigga. Fuck is you talking about?
Other teams get caught. It's just the media only cares if the Patriots get caught.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. Nobody over here putting microphones in people's locker rooms except Bill. Ain't nobody pulling up the Party City an hour before the game buying fog machines except Bill. Oh, sneaky ass motherfucker. The Astros of the NFL. And then Adrian Peterson, he's got a job.
He does.
My man got a job. And I guess he can't be his kids no more. People forget about him.
All his kids are like, Daddy's at work. Finally.
Yo, and that's some like real ass shit.
All right, kids, you would come out of the closet now.
I mean, to beat a kid with a stick, that's some real ass Southern shit right there. That's like, I mean,
I bet you he had like a straw in his mouth.
Yeah, I'm a black guy, right? I mean, you obviously don't, but like for the people, right? I'm a black guy, right? But I'm so far removed from that old country bullshit, right? I swear to God, if my mom was like, go outside and go pick a stick so I could beat your ass, bitch, are you crazy? You telling me I gotta pick the weapon I'm gonna be abused with? Hell no. Fuck no!
I actually hope he has a good game because remember what happened when he was on the Saints? I bet you forgot about that. Adrian Peterson on the Saints.
Who?
Yeah.
When?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Where? Nah. Yo, I got a hot take. Julio Jones washed.
No.
Washed.
No.
Washed.
Injury prone, yes.
Washed.
Can't stay on the field.
So how? But riddle me this, Batman. How the fuck are you gonna go sit here and talk shit about Odell, but then yet be like, well, he don't stay healthy, but he's not washed. Like, nigga, no, he washed.
Because Julio he's still a guy you have to game plan for.
That's exactly what you do to Odell. Why you listen?
I don't believe so.
How? Nigga, how? That makes no sense, though.
Look.
That makes no sense. You're going to game plan for a man that stays on IR half the year?
The Browns offensively, in the beginning of the year, right? You didn't plan for Odell. You planned for the run game. That's what you did.
You know how...
He wasn't
You're still going to play for Odell, though.
He wasn't their main point of attack. Well, yeah, obviously, but I'm not saying he's the main focus. And on the Titans, Julio's not the main focus either. That's Derrick Henry.
Yeah, you got no Derrick Henry.
It's kind of a similar situation since you bring that up. And to be honest, AJ Brown.
So you can't have it both ways then.
Like if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm probably putting my number one corner on AJ Brown for sure.
That's just because he's your number one.
Right, but I would feel the need to double Julio as well.
For what? The man's hurt on the sideline.
If he's playing.
So you're telling me, right? You're telling me you'd put your first corner on Odell, and then you'd double up Peoples-Jones?
Well, no, I'd put my first corner on Odell only because I don't think the Browns have a secondary.
Single, man-to-man, whole game. Man-to-man, whole game. No over-the-top help. No safety help at all. What? Nothing. Not worried about Odell. Fuck him.
What are you talking about? You just asked me about Odell.
Yeah, I'm asking you, right. I'm telling you to line up your defense. You're telling me, right, you're going to put your number one corner on A.J. Brown and double up Julio, right? And I'm asking you this. Are you going to put your number one receiver cornerback on Peoples-Jones and then or Jarvis Landry and then double up Odell? Are you not going to do the same thing?
Well, when I say double up, I'm saying free float and safety. So it depends on the play. But the difference between
I'm talking about whole game.
The difference between not the entire game, but the difference between the Titans and the Browns is that the Titans have 2 legitimate receivers. The Browns only had Odell. And by a legitimate...
Peoples-Jones legitimate. Jarvis Landry legitimate.
No.
David Njoku legit.
Inconsistent. Both of them. Odell, I'm not going back...
I need fucking aspirin.
I'm not going back on my word that Odell's not elite, but he's far and away above better than Jarvis and Peoples-Jones. They haven't been doing anything.
So riddle me this again. All right. So if Odell is not elite, he's not better, but he's not. Peoples-Jones and Jarvis Landry are below him, right? So where does AJ Brown line up in this category?
I put him above all of them.
And where does Julio Jones line up in this category?
Probably right below AJ.
Nigga, how? How? I don't get it. For a man who's done jack shit since the Falcons went to the Super Bowl, Julio who?
No, I'm not saying he's still the same player from that game.
Yeah, but but he doesn't even have the threat to be that player anymore. He does not have that threat.
I disagree with that.
Then how come the Titans are the only niggas who wanted him? Only niggas who want to trade for him.
What do you mean they don't want him?
They're the only people who put up the stock to trade for him.
Well, because it's not a good situation. Again, he was
Julio on the Titans?
He was getting paid big money too, and plus he is older. You can't ignore the age factor.
All right. So he's older, right? And he's been paid a lot of money. You look at Odell's situation. He's older, gets paid a lot of money, and he brings a lot of bullshit. But yet, a lot of motherfuckers want him.
I mean, if you're looking to plan for the future, Odell's the better choice. Just future outlook. That's what I'm saying. But for one game, I'll take Julio.
One game and he's hurt? It's week 9, nigga.
Considering
if he's down, your whole fucking shit's gone.
Assuming they're both healthy, I would take Julio for one game. But long-term, future outlook.
All right, a whole season, nigga, not a one game.
But only
not one game, a whole season. Which one you picking? I want a name, no fluff. No fluff. One name. And if it's not the name, I'm leaving. What is it?
Are they both healthy the entire time? For my team?
Yeah, they're both healthy. Whatever. Fuck you, guy. Pick one.
Probably Odell.
Thank you. I'm glad we could come to the conclusion. I'm glad. Okay. It's nice to see that the 2 chromosomes in your brain finally just did the fucking Dragon Ball Z shit and finally connected together to form a thought that actually made sense.
But I will end it off by saying I think Julio is a bigger freak of an athlete, but because of his age and his injury history, that's why I'd still take him for one game if he's healthy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but
he is more likely to make that game-winning touchdown Hail Mary in the end zone than Odell.
Yeah, just like how Dez caught the ball. Just saying.
He did catch the ball.
Yeah, fuck you.
And I hate the Cowboys. Dez caught that ball.
My team's playing tonight. Steelers to go up against the Bears.
Real tough matchup.
No. The Steelers will find a way to make this game a nail biter.
They will. You know what? Somehow the Steelers are still in the race for the North.
Can we suck so we can get a good quarterback? I'll take 1 year being ass. I don't care. I'm first in line for tanking. We're going to tank for someone like... I saw somebody in the mock draft. They're talking about getting that guy from Ole Miss. Not a huge fan. I think the pro-style quarterback is completely gone. You see a lot of these quarterbacks nowadays, they're mostly like dual-threat quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah. That's the new hot thing now.
But I don't think the traditional out of shape Mac Jones looking ass quarterback. I think that's a thing in the past. I think Mac Jones is just athletic enough to be considered a low budget dual threat quarterback.
Who?
Mac Jones.
You would consider him dual threat?
I think he's got enough speed. I've seen him run.
He's just average. He's an average runner. He's more speed than what Pats fans are used to in the last 20 years. Yeah. That's what it is.
Hey, when you get the fat rolling, it keeps rolling.
This man eats spaghetti every morning.
But I was gonna bring this up. I think T.J. Watt is way better than Aaron Donald. The fact that Aaron Donald won Defensive Player of the Year over him last year, I could have started waving a gun around. I was pissed, and I was like, "Damn, black man trying to keep a white man down." But in my personal opinion, I think Aaron Donald is a freak tackle.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to different positions and a freak defensive player, when you line up T.J. Watt and Aaron Donald, I'm gonna pick T.J. Watt off.
See, I like T.J. Watt because just for the sole fact that he can play multiple positions, he's all over the field,
and he can play more than 5 games a season.
Yeah, Aaron Donald is only in the backfield.
He's talking about his brother, JJ over there, man built by glass.
I mean, Donald is in the backfield every play, yes, but T.J. Watt at least can play other positions.
I think when T.J. Watt is in the backfield, it's either a coverage sack or a pressure sack or a QB hit. And whenever he's around the ball, he's always going for it. He's literally cocking back at 6 o'clock and swinging on motherfuckers to try to get the ball out.
Now, how much did they pay him?
90?
I believe that's what it was.
90? Make sure. But I think it's 90, which, I pay that man anything. What I really wanted them to do was try to keep Bud Dupree because I think that made him shine even better. I'd at least keep Bud Dupree on a franchise tag. But they let him go to Tennessee.
All right, it was a 4-year, $112 million contract with $80 million guaranteed.
That's not bad.
See, one player. I don't know, if I would have paid him that much.
T.J. Watt.
That much though.
Bro, who else do we have? Nigga, you're dumb. Bro, we have Minka Fitzpatrick and T.J. Watt. If those guys die tomorrow, we have no reason to watch. No reason to watch.
Well, that's true right now, yeah. But I'm talking if I'm playing GM right now, you trade him to the Texans, there's your young quarterback next year.
Fuck Deshaun Watson. I don't want to have another.
No, I'm not saying for Deshaun. I'm saying for an early draft pick. That's what I'm saying.
Fuck them. I don't want none of the tainted ass picks. I'm not gonna do that to T.J. Watt. It's mad respectable. I'm not gonna do that to that man.
I'm just saying. Look. I got the.
So right. You think J.J. Watt is gonna let his brother go to that piece of shit organization, right?
That was
for what?
Humor.
For humor.
I'm not. The humor. Texans wouldn't have traded for him.
They couldn't afford that man. Right. They wouldn't want to go there.
They're in a rebuild mode. They don't want T.J. Watt.
A rebuild mode.
They don't want important pieces.
Those guys are licking the glass window down there. Rebuilding shit. They're trying to put a square peg through a round hole. That's what those guys are doing down in Texas. You stupid gun-toting motherfuckers. And I'm not talking about Texans. I'm talking about I'm talking about the Texans, but not
the other team in Texas.
Yeah. Well, no, fuck those guys. Them weird ass fucking pants. You know what's weird, right? I'm watching the Cowboys game and they should really invest in some pants that doesn't look like every one of their players shit themselves. Because, you could clearly tell, all right, they come out and the uniforms look, they're dry and shit, right? And then, halfway through the game, you start looking at some alignment, it's did you piss on yourself? Nigga, you got sweat going all the way from your ass crack down to your lower thigh. It's so bad. And I'm I remember when I used to play football, I used to wear, compression shit. So, I don't know, I could not know myself being that sweaty and disgusting. Halftime I'm getting a new pair of pants. I'm finding someone's pair of pants and I'm taking them because our school couldn't only afford one pair of pants per player.
Oh, all right.
You know Tiburon High School.
But yeah, you didn't even get your name on the jersey.
That was some whack-ass shit, you know what I'm saying?
That was a big turn-off for me when I heard that.
You telling me I can't even put my name on there with a Sharpie?
Right, or Velcro?
Velcro? Nah, B. And I would have paid for the shit.
Shout out Tiverton Tigers.
Shout out, you broke motherfuckers. Shout out. Yeah, shout out. Ceiling falling apart. Senior year, bro, sounded like we had 2 robots having domestic violence problems on top of the roof. Niggas did not have the roof fixed. How can I get my education? Cheating ass motherfuckers.
We had chunks of roof
Chunks of roof falling off the side of motherfucking school. They had a dumpster chilling in the foyer.
And then you have the little debris from the ceiling tiles falling in your hair while you're trying to take a test.
Yeah, you little asbestos never hurt nobody. Bro, you remember the school lunches? That chicken would be gray. That shit, that was a disgrace to chicken everywhere. Whatever chicken died to make that food, which it was probably some form of like goat or something.
It was like grown in a lab.
Oh my god. That shit will be brown as a bitch, right? And you know what's mad funny, right? I got a funny story to tell you. So in high school, senior year, I didn't pay attention, because if I paid attention, I'd probably be in school right now. But I didn't pay attention. I had to fuck you.
You were the only one I talked to. I think I was the only one you talked to.
Yeah, and I kept that shit, man. Look, fuck them niggas, yo. How you think you gonna talk shit about me, and then when I'm old enough to whoop your ass, you gonna act like you don't know nobody? You know what I'm saying?
We did have one thing in common. Everyone hated us.
Yeah, well, I mean, fuck you. I didn't give a fuck.
But we're both a lot different from high school, too.
Well, yeah. And that's the thing. I feel like a lot of people change after high school.
Yeah.
But I still hate every single one of those motherfuckers.
I don't have an opinion on it.
Well, I mean, like, if I say I hate you, right, and that's a big problem, then I didn't know I was that much of an effect on your life. I appreciate that, but I don't give a fuck. But back to my story, right? You know the principal lady? This tall ass, high heel wearing bitch walking down the fucking hallway, sounding like a big ass T-Rex, right? This bitch gonna have a problem with me, right? Cause you see that school lunch. You think I'm gonna eat that gray ass chicken? Fuck no, nigga. You ain't gonna eat that shit, right? So you know what I do, right? I'm gonna order a little bit of famous pizza, you know what I'm saying? Give me a little grinder, a little bit of onion rings, right? Eat what proper people eat. I'm a growing boy. I need my shit.
Right, we're going through puberty. You know, you gotta...
Don't talk about... We're not gonna talk about dick sizes in high school, right? We're not gonna do that right now. It's fucking weird.
Nobody said that.
No, all right. So right, I call Famous Pizza, right? And I call the driver, right? And I tell the driver, I'm like, tell the driver to wait in the car. I will come out to him, and then I will give him a nice tip for following directions, and I will get the food, right? So I wait about I
want to know this story.
10, 15 minutes, right? And all of a sudden...
Now, where are you standing?
I'm sitting in a little, the senior area, you know? I'm like waiting because I'm going to run out there, grab my food, come back in like nothing happened.
All right.
And you know those ladies in the office, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to run in and run out.
They're the hawks perched up, kind of looking,
Yeah, they act like someone gives a fuck about their opinion. That's what my thing was. I was like, well, bitch, I don't care about you and your bag lunch. You know what I'm saying? So, right, I get there. I'm sitting down. And all of a sudden, my phone starts ringing. I'm like, oh, shit, that's my food. I look at the caller ID. Terry in high school. I'm like, the fuck these niggas calling me for, right? And then the lady in the office picks up. She's like, hello? And I'm like, hello? She goes, who's this? I'm like, nigga, who's this? You know what I'm saying? Just like that. I was like, nigga, who's this? She goes,
were you guys looking at each other?
No, I wasn't in there, but I didn't know who it was. I'm sitting in the senior area. The lady's in the office. Right?
I didn't know if you could see her through the glass,
no.
through the little window in the door.
I didn't know who from Tiverton High School was calling me, right? She goes, did you order food? I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that's my food, right? And I just instantly hang up the phone, right? And the guy is literally in the fucking office, right? He's got my sub and my shit, and I'm like, bro, I told you to stay in the car. And he goes, my bad, bro. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm not going to tip you. Just like that, nigga. Fuck you. You had One Direction, bro.
I gotta know, did you get the food?
I did. Damn sure got the food. The fuck are you talking about?
So you ate it and everything?
Oh, yeah, right.
They didn't confiscate it? Wow, I'm actually shocked.
I didn't even finish it, right? So I get the food, right? I go down to this other teacher's office, and she's like, oh, David, you can't be buying food. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. So I'm eating the food, right? And who do I hear? Boom, 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 boom. The big-ass fucking lizard-looking toes. This pole-ass bitch go be like, David, you know you cannot order food online. You're supposed to eat lunch like everybody else from the cafeteria or bring a bag lunch.
I wish I could think of what her face looks like right now.
Yeah, why don't you smell a bad fart? That's what the bitch face looked like. It looked like she smelled a bad fart. The big ass alligator lizard toes. I swear to God. The only bitch I know wear open toe shoes, toes looking like gremlin feet. Toes looking like damn gremlin feet. I don't get it. So the lady, she's really chewing me out over this shit. She's really up my ass about ordering food, right? And I'm like, lady, you go in there and eat that gray ass chicken. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was like, are you gonna go in there and eat that food? And she goes, no. And I'm like, so how the fuck are you gonna expect me to eat some shit that your ass ain't gonna eat? And you probably get that shit for free. You're asking me to pay for this, nigga? Fuck you. I said, fuck. I didn't say fuck you, but I was like, yeah, that's not happening. And she was like, I'm not gonna want you to do that again. Bitch, I did it the next day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't give a fuck. I remember one time, right? My buddy Kevin comes up to me and he's like, "Hey Dave, me and Willis, we're going fishing. We're going fishing in the middle of school day." And I'm like, "Fuck, why not?" Right? So this is how we leave.
I can't picture you being quiet enough to fish.
No, I mean like the fishing lasted all of like 15 minutes, and I said it was boring. And we went back. I think we might have ditched for the day, but I just remember, right? Like this is the amount of fucks we did not care, right? And like I don't like if we get in trouble like that, you can't touch me after this, right? I already left high school. Fuck you. So this is what to leave the building, right? My buddy, he goes up to the fucking alarm system and just yanks the wire out and walks right in there, and I'm like, damn, you got a shitty ass security system. You remember the ping pong tables niggas had up in there? I'm talking about a dirty ass piece of plywood.
Piece of plywood on a trash.
Yes.
and if you're lucky, you get a net.
Yeah, if you're lucky, you get a net.
If you're lucky, you get a paddle.
Yeah, a paddle with both pads on the sides and shit.
And no, friction, pads. It's just the flat wood.
I mean, I could only imagine what schools in the inner city must be. I mean, I could only imagine.
I used to hate ping pong because I couldn't see the ball.
You colorblind motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, can I walk? Can I do the track or something? Like,
you couldn't do shit up in there, bro. First of all, right, you couldn't even be in the gym half the time because, like, the shit was leaking all the fucking time. Not all the time, but times that I was actually in gym class, it happened to leak. Yeah. I just remember some fun moments.
I remember in the gym, those days like pep rally and stuff, like everyone's like showing off their school spirit, right?
Or a rainbow flag.
And they take a picture of like the group, like our entire class. Yeah. You could just spot me because like I'm like in a bright blue shirt or something. Like I don't own any maroon at all. Like at least you had your football jersey. You know what I mean?
Hi, I'm Justin.
I'm probably way in the back, and I'm like tower. I'm like at least a foot taller than like the other person sitting down.
I miss playing dodgeball against the younger classmen. Now, if there was a time to legally bully somebody in school, that's the time.
So I was a junior because the juniors had the gym with the freshmen. Yeah, and. Right, we're playing dodgeball, and this little kid, he's like 4'11", he's not even 5 feet tall, right? And he was on the football team.
Oh my god.
I don't know, I couldn't think of his name. I don't even think I ever knew his name.
Benchwarmer?
Probably, right? And he goes, what are you gonna do, throw the ball at me, string bean? I clocked him right in the face.
I got a story, right? So we're playing dodgeball, right? And like at the end of the day, these are these foam ass balls. They're not rubber balls. So
they're not the real dodge. Those are too dangerous.
Yeah, those are too dangerous, right? So these are foam balls that I could fully palm and just fucking corkscrew at somebody, right?
If you squeeze the air out of it,
my god,
like a sponge, you can whip that thing.
Oh yeah, that thing's gonna hurt when it fucking expands and hits your face. So I got a story, right? This girl, we're playing, right? And one of the gym teachers, Mr. Duvall, I love that guy, right? He's sitting there and he's literally watching us play, right? He knows I'm humming these motherfuckers, right? And I see this girl walk by, and the girl got glasses on, right? And I'm not saying I'm a sniper, right? I'm not saying that, but I was just letting them go. And you ever see that point where you let go of a ball and you just see it kind of going like a corkscrew type of way? And you're like, oh, that's gonna fuck that bitch up. I literally let go of the ball. I saw it corkscrew, and I was like, oh, it's probably gonna like hit her in the neck, hit that bitch dead on in the face, and got her a nosebleed, right? And then Mr. Duvall walks over. He's trying to hold back laughter, but you know that shit's funny as fuck. I swear to God, the sound it makes like. Boom! Like, you got knocked the fuck out! I mean, that school, it was broke as fuck, but it had some good times, I think. Do you even have any field trips?
If there were, I didn't go on them. I mean, like senior year at least. Like, don't get me wrong. I didn't hate school. I just hated everything about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
like senior year, the podcast, the OG run.
Lucas.
Shout out Lucas. That was like the highlight.
It's so hard
to
say goodbye to Lucas. No,
for anyone new, he was the original third man. So there was a
That's
third
what
man.
made the 3-man lineup what it is.
And you know what, Lucas? If you're listening, anytime you want to pull up a chair, you're always.
Anytime you want to get divorced and move in with Justin. He's got a nice futon from Walmart.
Yeah, you can buy one of those foam pads and put it right on top. Because I've heard that's uncomfortable. I literally had people over last week, right?
Yeah.
There was like 4 people plus me, all right? And we had that chair. It's a spinny chair and the futon. All 4 of them on the floor because nobody wanted to sit on my furniture.
They were like, "Fuck that."
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a low budget, casting couch. You could be filming some pornos on.
Listen, I don't care about how it feels. All right, I go for the look.
Right, I mean, it looks fucked up.
So I got one. If we're talking about high school days, I got one more story. If I told it on this podcast before, it was before this run. But I remember before you and I started talking, we were in driver's ed together, and this is my favorite story. So we're
the only time it's okay about people. The only time it's okay to laugh at people in accidents.
We're sitting next to each other, right? And just because by last name, alphabetical order, and so the instructor's like, "Hey, I'm gonna put on this video, right?" And he sounds mentally retarded because he was in an accident, probably hit by Henry Ruggs. Right?
No, stop it!
And so I'm like, all right, no big deal, right? I'm mature, right? I can handle this.
That's exactly what you. How mature are you when you have to tell yourself you're mature and you can handle it?
Because I'm picturing in my mind like they're gonna sound like it's gonna be spot on the description, right? And she puts on the video, and before she even unmutes it, you just see the guy's face, and I hear David go.
That shit's so funny.
And he's eating his buffalo chicken he ordered from Sabotage next door. The ordering food in the middle of a class is nothing new. And I look over at him, and his head is just in his sleeve. Right in his arm. Face down at the table, and I'm like, oh no. Because, you do have a contagious laugh. Very.
That shit's funny.
You can joke about something that I don't think is funny at all, but I'll laugh because you're laughing. And, and it made me look just as bad.
Well, I mean,
and
that
by the way,
shit's
guys,
funny.
Mentally retarded were the words she used. The instructor. That's not even my. That's not even.
That was my description. How would you describe him?
That is not me modifying.
Mentally handicapped.
Mentally challenged.
That's even worse. That's even. I'd rather someone call me mentally handicapped. Mentally challenged.
Now they have a learning. Now they have a learning curve.
Man flipped his card 30 times and now he has got a learning curve.
He completed high school fine, 4.0 GPA, but now that he's 30 and was in an accident, now he has a learning curve.
Just a tad learning curve. He happens to not be able to wipe his ass anymore. It's only a learning curve to learn how to lick your own ass.
Where'd you get that master's degree? Well, this is new. It's like you have a degree hanging on the wall, but you have to have someone spoon feed you.
Give me napkins.
Above the sink.
Oh my God.
Well, guys, that might just wrap it up for today. Thank you for tuning in once again. I have drink all over the place.
Oh my God. That was baby spit my drink. How do you have a master's degree? right there. Oh, well. Right. You're just going to use that master's degree for toilet paper.
Thank you for tuning in, guys. Henry Ruggs, don't drop the soap. And we will all talk to you next week.
Oh, my God.
We'll see you guys soon. Thank you for watching.
Have a good one, everybody.